Welcome to TPM Vid's Disney Beat, where we talk about all things Disney. If you're new to the channel and like what you see, hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon to be notified when we upload a new video. You can also find us on all your favorite social media platforms. The Disney theme parks are full of hundreds of audio animatronics. But with their complexity, these robotic figures are bound to fail, malfunction, and break down. It just happens. Now this week we're taking a break from our defunct animatronic series to check out some more hilarious and wild malfunctions, all submitted by viewers like you. If you've caught a fail or malfunction on camera, you can submit it to www.tpmvids.com for a chance to have it featured in a future video. Now you know how this works, so let's count down the top 10 Disney fails and animatronic malfunctions, part 19. Number 10. Mr. Potato Head has become a star of these malfunction videos, so it's only right that we begin with the master spud at Hollywood Studios in this submission from Seth.
Alright gang, I want to hear you shout, I love you, Mr. Potato Head.
That eyebrow is going crazy, literally has a mind of its own.
I can't hear you.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
The more I watch the wiggle, the more it backs up the whole notion of calling bushy eyebrows caterpillars, because, I mean, that's a caterpillar on that man's, or Potato's, face. It's hilarious, and it just keeps going and going.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle.
Then another viewer named Veronica C. also caught the wiggle in action, in addition to a couple of other goodies.
What did the grape say when Rex stepped on it? Anyone?
Bless you? Was that a sneeze, an itch, a spasm? I don't even know what just happened. But it is fascinating to see the flexibility of the eyebrow. I always thought it was just like a solid rubber piece connected at one end, but it's clearly capable of doing a lot more. I mean, he's definitely glitchy, that's for sure.
It's music to my ears.
Number 9. Another well-known character from these malfunction lists is Buzz Lightyear. He's found himself in many unfortunate situations, including this submission from Chris.
Detecting more trouble at sector 9.
He's just given up. He's had it. Throwing the towel in. He's done. Now, when a malfunction like this happens, where the animatronic seizes up and can no longer move, well, here at Magic Kingdom, they cover him with a curtain and turn off his audio. I mean, it would be weird if you could still hear him. Now, sometimes, if the curtain is not pulled back all the way, once you get over to the right-hand side, you'll see him just slumped over. He's always in a variety of positions, so you never know what you're gonna get, but one thing that's always consistent is that his face is always functioning. I guess that projector never gets turned off, but as long as there are projected faces, there will always be projector malfunctions, like this next clip from a viewer named Ashley. Just heard someone mention Mike Wazowski, and yeah, Buzz is definitely channeling his inner Wazowski.
Poor Buzz! Buzz and Mike Wazowski, love child.
Oh, Bazowski has a nice ring to it. I mean, I think we can officially add Bazowski into the Pixar canon now, right? I love how his face is just blown up past the proportions of the screen. It's like someone backstage double-clicked on the face video to zoom in, and then they totally forgot about it and left, giving us the iconic Bazowski. I wonder if they'd ever introduce him into Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor. I feel like he'd fit in. Number 8. During the Moana segment of the Magic Happens parade at Disneyland, Hey Hey the Rooster accompanies all the dancers. He's what appears to be a free-roaming robotic figure, but you may have wondered how he's controlled. Well, if you don't want to know, skip to the next segment, because in this next submission from Emily, Hey Hey seemed to be losing connection from his handler. First off, kudos to this performer for continuing to go on while a basket with an animatronic rooster inside is blocking their way. Now, when you watch the parade, the cast member in the maroon shirt walking the route has a remote in his hand, and he's the one who controls the unit. You'd never know that's what they were doing. But if anyone can read lips though, what does this cast member say? Because I'm getting he tried some ramen, but that's clearly not what he says. I love how everyone is just staring, wondering what the unsuspected cast member in the maroon shirt is doing. She's like, yeah, that's the guy who controls the animatronic. Well, it turned out poor Hey Hey was dead, and he had to be pushed off the parade route backstage. He wasn't dead forever, but in this moment, rest in peace, little buddy. Number 7. It has been quite some time since these videos have featured an It's a Small World segment. And I mean, the animatronic dolls are known for being a bit quirky. Over the past couple years, I have saved a bunch of malfunctions from the ride at Disneyland. So let's start off with the Hula Girls. There have been dozens of submissions of the animatronics in varying states. Usually some are missing, but here the one on the right is giving 100%, and then one by one they all just get more and more lazy. The one on the left is just over it. She's done. And so is this doll in the Italy section. Yep, just taking a little nap, hoping I don't fall off the gondola. And now get ready for the malfunctions to get progressively creepier. The busted fish is just sad, clinging on for dear life. It doesn't have much time left, and I don't think this ostrich does either. Now this is the definition of small world nightmare fuel. Tell me these little convulsions aren't creepy. And then the ostrich is gonna team up with the twisted head doll to hunt you down. Oh, and they'll also be joined by the zombie doll who will obviously chase you through your nightmare. While you bump into this other possessed doll. You can even hear the clicking when the eyes roll back into the head. I mean, that is some Exorcist stuff. And if that wasn't enough, well, get ready for the next one. Like, this is the definition of busted, especially with only one eye working, which, again, you can hear the clicking. And you know what's even creepier than anything so far in this segment? I know, it can get worse. Ripped Joker-style mouths on the dolls. Nightmare fuel at its finest. Number 6. This next one takes us onto Spaceship Earth at EPCOT, where in a video from a viewer named Kevin, Gutenberg developed a case of the shakes. Kevin said he told a cast member about the malfunction, and it turned out Gutenberg was acting up all day. Whenever you see a malfunction, it's always a good idea just to let a cast member know, because sometimes they have no idea. Now, this happened on March 4th, 2024, and Gutenberg wasn't the only animatronic to have some issues. The day prior, a viewer named Julia S. was stopped right in front of the Renaissance scene when this happened.
Please remain seated. Your vehicle will begin moving immediately. Remain seated, please. Our travels are resuming now.
This animatronic has always had issues, and to be honest, it's been through much worse in the past. He does have a buddy though over in another scene that was caught by a viewer named Jet.
Transcontinental Railroad completed.
Yep. I am.
Yep, one too many energy drinks. Now, a former Attractions cast member commented on a past video saying that when animatronics shake like this, it's because too much air has entered into the hydraulic fluid lines. So, anyone want to give him a hand and fix him up? Well, I guess someone should give him a hand too. I mean, put his hand back on, channeling his inner Captain Hook. Arr. Number 5. Ever since Ursula's head fell off all those years ago, she's never really been in a malfunction video, until right now in this submission from Violet and Ian Sky.
Oh no! What? I know, I'm sending it to you. Yes, I know.
Thank you for sending this in.
Thank you, Ian. look at her.
Now this is from the ride at Magic Kingdom, and the dead Ursula malfunction appears to have started at the beginning of 2024. So many other viewers caught it on camera, but the most unsettling part is her blink for help.
Yes, I do.
Well, I think it's time for someone to come help you. Now, if you notice, her tentacles are also moving. I find it really interesting that out of the animatronic's 33 functions, her tentacles and eyelids are on completely separate systems from the rest of her body and face, giving us this blink for help. Although I don't know if she deserves help. Now, what's even more unsettling than a lifeless blinking Ursula? Well, a fully functioning Ursula missing an eye, caught by a viewer named AJR.
They were killing and they called me a witch. But you'll find
Where's her eye?
I've ended all my ways.
She rolled her eyes so far back into her head that one just disappeared. I mean, that's what you get for taking Ariel's voice. Karma. You deserve it. Number 4. So back in September of 2023, John in Act 2 on the Carousel of Progress got himself into a little situation. So a viewer named Cynthia was stuck in the scene and caught John with a dislocated elbow.
The street these days, it just can't get any better. Just goes to show that there's a great big beautiful tomorrow shining at the end of every day. That has a dream, and that's the start. He follows his dream with mind.
Now at this point, there was a cast member inside the theater.
It's a dream come true.
Having a hard day is one way to put it. Now another viewer named Lydia was sitting on the other end of the theater and also caught the malfunction in action. His arm is so busted.
Phew, boy, hottest 4th of July we've had in years. We've come a long way, though, since the turn of the century, over 20-some-odd years ago.
Eventually, everyone was evacuated out of the theater, and the animatronic was fixed. But just a couple days later, a viewer named Cameron caught him with another stiff arm.
There goes Schwartz in his Humpmobile. He sure loves that horn.
John can never catch a break, and honestly, I don't think he ever will until they fully refurbish this attraction. So this is my 100th plea for Disney to give Carousel of Progress the love it deserves. Sincerely, every Disney fan. Thank you. Number 3. The Three Caballeros at EPCOT were refurbished and rebuilt a couple of years ago, but that has not stopped them from malfunctioning. In this first video from Kelly, both Donald and Jose seem a bit, well, I guess distracted. Donald's watching the fireworks and Jose's looking for that contact lens, again. Then this next malfunction from Tina B is strange because Donald and Jose are frozen, but Panchito is literally moving in slow motion.
They're moving just ever so slightly.
We're the amigos, no matter where he goes. The 1, 2, and 3 goes, we're always together.
And it looks like they hit their final position, and the crowd goes wild! Well, different kind of wild than what I had in mind.
Poor things.
They went in for the final bow and never came back up. Gotta love the dedication of Panchito's foot tapping and Jose's strumming. Nothing can stop a true musician, not even this malfunction. Number 2. On January 26, 2024, the Country Bear Jamboree at Magic Kingdom had its last day of operation before beginning its transformation into the new show. Well, at around 8:20 p.m., Buff, Max, and Melvin started the show like they normally do, then when the curtains opened to reveal Henry, well, everyone was met with this. I guess he just couldn't work through the nerves of the last day of performances.
Keep holding Henry! Are you serious?
I love the crowd's reaction though, they're all so into the show. Now once the curtains opened up to reveal who's now known as Romeo McGraw, well, he was also frozen, but that did not stop anyone in the theater from singing along though.
But she don't swear none. She's got a heavy, don't weigh a ton. She's my woman through and through.
Now since Romeo and Henry are on the same turntable, I want to say the entire unit just lost power or pressure or something. It may have had no energy, but the energy of the crowd was still really high. Now usually if an animatronic was frozen on any other day, they'd stop the show. But because there was only a few more shows to go until the park closed, management decided to go on with the performance. They knew the crowd watching just wanted to celebrate the last day of the original show. At the end of this performance, the attraction went down due to obvious technical difficulties, and unfortunately, it never reopened that night. This performance with the animatronics malfunctioning was the very last performance of the original Country Bear Jamboree at Magic Kingdom. It was a bittersweet way to end, but at least the bears will be back this summer in a brand new show. Number 1. This last one keeps us here at Magic Kingdom and on to the 7 Dwarfs mine train. Now at the end of the ride, this is what Snow White is supposed to look like while she dances with Dopey. But on November 28th, 2023, Kira Haas on TikTok got to the end of the ride to see Snow White missing an arm. You can see Dopey's massive hand is holding on to her little petite arm. She was just left with a little nub. What's more shocking to me though is how big Dopey's hands are. Like, they are overly large, and I have never noticed that before. Have you?
I'm mixing that to a cast member.
Now, as soon as Kira got off the ride, they told a cast member about the dismembered arm, and the ride went down right away. She just looks so funny dancing with that little nub, I'm sorry. Now, maintenance did fix the animatronic pretty quickly, and the ride was back up and running about an hour later. But talk about a wild malfunction. So, have you ever experienced an audio animatronic malfunction in person? What was that experience like? I'd love to know. Leave a comment down below to start a conversation, and don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video.